Behave as if you are already the greatest. Walk, speak, and think as if no one stands above you. Not because you wish to compete or push others down, but because deep inside you lives a quiet greatness waiting to be awakened. The world will always try to tell you who you are. Society gives you names. Friends may doubt you. Strangers will judge you. But the Stoics taught something different. They said, "You have power over your own mind, not over what happens outside." When you truly understand this, real strength begins to grow within you. These words from Marcus Aurelius remind us that greatness is not about defeating others, it's about mastering ourselves. So today, I want you to lift your head high. Take a slow, deep breath, and imagine, even for a single moment, that you are unbreakable, unstoppable, untouchable. Because when you carry yourself like the best, something powerful awakens inside you. Others can feel it, even if they can't describe it. Remember, how you walk into a room, how you stay silent, how you handle hard moments, each one of these is a sign of your inner kingdom. The Stoics believed that greatness isn't built through loud wins or endless praise, but through calm control of the soul. Seneca once said, "He who conquers himself is the strongest of all warriors." So when I tell you to act like no one is better than you, it's not about arrogance or pride. It's about a quiet confidence born from courage, from discipline, from unshakable belief in yourself. Because the truth is, no one will ever hand you a crown. You must lift it and place it on your own head. Not because others approve, but because you have chosen to respect your own life. When you begin to live as if you are already the best, you stop chasing praise. You stop waiting for someone's permission. You stop living in the shadows of comparison. Instead, you rise. You rise with the steady confidence of someone who knows their worth. Think of Epictetus, once a slave yet later one of the greatest Stoic teachers who ever lived. He owned nothing, yet he walked as if he had everything, because he knew that true power does not come from things or titles. It comes from the mind itself. So let this be the moment you wake up. Do not play small. Do not speak as if your words have no power. Do not live as if your existence doesn't make a difference. Live as if your soul was chosen for something extraordinary. Live as if you were born to shape the world around you. Live as if no one on earth was ever meant to stand taller than you. This is not about pride. It's about responsibility, the duty you have to your own potential. Right now, take a deep breath and say this quietly to yourself. I walk as if I am the best, not to compete, but to honor who I am. Because when you act like the best version of yourself, you rise above fear. You rise beyond doubt. You step into a place where courage feels natural and calm. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stop wasting time talking about what a good person should be. Be one." In the same way, stop wasting time wondering if you deserve greatness. Live like you already do. Stop comparing your path to others. Stand tall as if you've already won the battle. Stop waiting for permission to shine. Just shine. This is where the change begins. This is where transformation starts. So before we step into the 5 Stoic lessons on how to live as if you are the best, make a quiet promise to yourself. From this day forward, you will not shrink. You will not lower your crown. You will not bow to fear. You will walk with pride, speak with confidence, and live with fire in your heart. Because greatness isn't a prize, it's a choice. And if you're ready, then come with me. Together, we'll explore 5 powerful Stoic truths that will teach you how to rise, how to carry yourself with calm strength, and how to live a life where you don't chase greatness, because you already embody it. But before we begin, take a breath. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and send it to someone who needs this message. Don't forget to subscribe, because what we're building here is more than just words. It's a movement of strength, courage, and self-mastery. Now write this down in the comments and let it sink deep within you. I act as if I am the best because I respect my own power. Say it, write it, feel it. Let it become who you are. Number 1. True power walks in quiet confidence, not loud pride. When you live as if you are the best, it's easy to want to prove it, to speak loudly, to show off, to make sure everyone sees. But real greatness doesn't need to shout. It speaks quietly, through calm strength. The Stoics taught that true power is steady, not loud or proud. Epictetus once said, "Be mostly silent, and if you speak, say only what is necessary and with few words." Why did he say that? Because most people think power is shown through noise, but the wise know it's shown through presence. Think of a tall mountain. It doesn't announce its size or brag about its beauty. Yet, when you stand in front of it, you feel its strength. That's what true confidence looks like. Strong like a mountain, steady, peaceful, and sure of itself without needing to prove anything. Many people mix up arrogance with confidence. They try to look strong by shouting, showing off, or making others feel small. But that's not real strength, and it's weakness wearing a mask. Someone who truly acts like the best doesn't need to convince anyone because they already know their worth. They don't need applause to feel valuable. They walk into a room, and even in silence, their presence speaks louder than words. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stop talking about what a good person should be, just be one." That's the difference between noise and presence. Don't argue, don't brag, simply live your truth. So how do you live this in real life? Let your actions do the talking. Don't tell people you are disciplined. Let them see it through your habits. Don't say you are great. Show it through your effort and your calmness. Stay quiet when others try to provoke you. Let your peace be your protection. The truly strong don't waste energy on small fights. They rise above them. Respect others without lowering yourself. True confidence lifts others up without needing to push anyone down. When you walk with quiet confidence, you escape the tiring need for outside approval. You stop living for applause. You stop measuring your value by what others think. Instead, you build your strength on something deeper, your own sense of worth. Seneca said, "It's not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who always wants more." You can apply this to pride too. When you always need more attention or praise, your spirit stays poor. But when you are content with who you are, even if no one notices, you become rich in peace and self-respect. Here's the truth. Acting as if you are the best isn't about standing above others. It's about standing strong in who you are, calm, confident, and fearless. Think of people like Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled with humility, or Epictetus, who taught wisdom even though he was born a slave. Their greatness wasn't loud. It was quiet, steady, and powerful. When you live this way, the world feels it. You won't need to ask for respect. It will come naturally. You won't have to demand honor. It will be freely given. You won't have to say you are the best. People will see it in your actions, in your words, and in your calm strength. So remember this. The second key to living as if you are the best is simple. Stay silent when words are empty, and let your true power be felt, not shouted. Confidence is like a flame. The weak burn bright for a moment, loud and wild, using up all their strength too quickly. But the strong burn slowly and steadily, giving off light without wasting energy. Be that steady flame. Let your presence be felt even when you say nothing. Be like a mountain that earns respect simply by standing tall. Be the calm and powerful force that stays steady in a world full of noise and chaos. Now take this truth and plant it in your heart. Say it out loud, write it down, make it yours. My confidence is quiet, my strength is unshakable. Say it slowly and let the words sink deep inside you. Feel them in your chest and carry them in every step you take. This is your second crown, a mark of true inner power. Number 2, master discipline. True strength belongs to those who stay consistent. Acting as if you are the best isn't something you do once. It's how you live every single day. Greatness doesn't appear overnight. It's shaped slowly, patiently, through small acts of effort and self-control. The Stoics knew this deeply. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." Just like a tree that takes years to grow roots, or a river that shapes valleys through time, greatness requires patience and endurance. Think about it. Many people say they want to be the best, but few are willing to live like it. They crave results, but avoid the hard work. They dream of success, but hate repetition. But those who truly act as if they are the best, whether anyone sees them or not, show up every day, quietly, steadily, faithfully. Discipline isn't flashy. It's waking up when you'd rather stay in bed. It's training when comfort tells you to rest. It's choosing focus when distractions shout your name. It's doing what's right when temptation tries to pull you away. The Stoics didn't practice discipline only in their actions, but in their thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor, wrote in his journal daily, reminding himself to stay virtuous, to fight laziness, to live with purpose. He ruled an empire, yet still followed the same humble habits that strengthen any human soul. So how can you master discipline in your own life? Start small, but start now. Don't wait for the perfect time. Begin with one action, one habit, one promise to yourself. Small victories repeated often grow into greatness. Learn to see routine not as a prison but as power. Many people think structure is boring, but discipline turns it into freedom. A disciplined life protects you from chaos and builds inner peace. Keep your word to yourself. If you promise to wake up early, do it. If you decide to stay calm, keep that promise. Every time you follow through, you strengthen your spirit. Seneca once said, "It's not that life is short, but that we waste much of it." Discipline is how you take back that time. It's how you stop wasting your days. It's how you say, "My life matters too much to live carelessly." When you act as if you are the best, you move through each day with intention. You don't let the hours slip away. You don't spend your energy on meaningless things. You walk with purpose, with clarity, with respect for your own time. And here lies the secret. Discipline, which first feels like a chain, slowly becomes freedom. At first you resist it, you fight it, but in the end, it becomes your greatest power. But as discipline grows inside you, it breaks your limits. It frees you from laziness, it frees you from weakness, it frees you from regret. Look at any great person in history, a thinker, a warrior, an artist, a leader. None of them were born with greatness. Their crown was not a gift. They earned it through quiet, patient effort, through daily acts of discipline that no one saw, that no one clapped for. So when you live with discipline, you're already walking the path of the best. Not because people notice you, but because you know who you are becoming. Every day you show up becomes proof of your strength. Every small choice becomes a brick in the castle of your greatness. And here's the truth. Discipline doesn't only shape what you do, it shapes who you are. It teaches you to wait. It teaches you to endure. It teaches you to rise again after falling. It gives you the calm power of someone who has earned their place instead of asking for it. To wear the crown of greatness is not to shout, "Look at me." It's to live with such focus, such steady strength, that your life itself becomes the proof. So hold this truth close. Say it, write it, repeat it. My discipline is my crown. I rise each day as the best. This is your crown, stronger than gold, more precious than jewels, because it's made from persistence. Number 3, stand tall when life gets hard. The strongest people are shaped by fire. To act as if you are the best, you must learn how to stay strong even when everything feels heavy. Anyone can feel brave when life is easy, but real strength shows up when the storm hits. The Stoics believed that difficulties are not curses, they are gifts in disguise. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." These words remind us that every problem you face is a chance to grow stronger. Think of steel. Before it becomes solid and strong, it must go through fire. Without heat, it stays soft. Without pressure, it bends too easily. But once it endures the flames, it becomes unbreakable. You are the same. Acting as if you are the best doesn't mean never feeling pain. It means facing it with courage and staying calm when life feels heavy. It's walking with dignity even in dark times. It's holding peace inside you when everything around you shakes. Hardship will always come. You will be misunderstood. People will doubt you. You will fail, fall, and be laughed at. But the Stoic way is not to collapse. It's to rise higher each time you fall. So how can you live this truth? Treat every obstacle as a teacher. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" When you change how you see pain, the storm becomes your classroom. Learn to welcome discomfort. The Stoics often trained themselves by facing hard situations, sleeping on the ground, walking barefoot, fasting, not to suffer, but to build strength inside. It reminded them that they were capable of more than they imagined. So when life pushes you, don't fall apart. Don't beg. Don't break. Stand firm. Let your calm breath and quiet strength speak for you. That is the true mark of greatness. Seneca said, "Fire tests gold. Adversity tests brave men." And that's the secret of true strength. The strongest among us aren't those who ran from pain, but those who faced it and grew because of it. Look at Epictetus, born a slave, crippled in body, limited in freedom. Yet he spoke with such wisdom that even emperors came to hear him. He didn't let pain destroy him, he used it to become sharper, stronger, freer. That is what it truly means to act as if you are the best. Not with pride or arrogance, but with quiet, powerful confidence. The kind that only comes from walking through fire and standing tall on the other side. And when you live like this, something beautiful happens. You become a light for others to follow. People always notice how you carry yourself when life gets hard, and they never forget it. You become living proof that real greatness isn't about escaping storms, but about staying strong in the middle of them. Imagine this scene. Waves crash around you, the wind howls, the sky turns dark. Yet there you stand, tall and steady, like a lighthouse that guides others without saying a word. Calm, still, unshaken. That is what it truly means to live with stoic strength. So when difficulties come, and they will, don't hide. Don't complain. Don't run away. Remember these words. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let your challenges become your fuel. Let your pain become your power. Let your struggle shape your crown, because greatness isn't built in comfort, it's built in the fire. Number 4, rule your mind, or your mind will rule you. The first step to acting like the best version of yourself is simple, but not easy. You must take control of your thoughts. The Stoics taught that the real fight isn't against other people or the outside world. It's inside us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have control over your mind, not outside events." Understand this and you'll find strength. Think about that. If your mind is messy, filled with fear, comparison, and confusion, how can you ever act like the best? You can't, because your body follows your mind. Your voice follows your mind. Everything starts there. Your energy, your presence, and your actions all begin in one place, your mind. To rule your mind means learning how to silence the noise inside, how to stop fear from deciding for you, and how to make your own beliefs stronger than the opinions of others. Many people spend their lives as prisoners of their own thoughts. On the outside, they look free, but on the inside, they are trapped. They listen to a single thought of doubt and treat it as if it were the truth. They see someone else succeed and suddenly believe they're worth less. Every morning, they wait for life to decide what kind of day they'll have. But that's not how a Stoic lives. A Stoic wakes up and decides, "Today, my mind is mine." Think of yourself as a warrior standing guard at the gates of your mind. Each thought tries to enter, fear, envy, anger, self-pity, but you decide which ones can come in and which ones cannot. You hold the key. You are the ruler. You are the protector of your own mental world. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And it's true, most of the battles we lose never happen in the real world. They happen in our minds before they even begin. But when you control your thoughts, everything changes. You no longer fall apart before the challenge arrives. You no longer give up before trying. You face life with calmness, focus, and inner strength. So how can you practice this every day? Start by pausing before reacting. When someone offends you, don't hand them control over your emotions. Stop. Take a breath. Choose your response instead of being dragged by impulse. Speak to yourself with power and certainty. When doubt whispers, answer it firmly. I am strong. I am capable. I am unshakable. Focus only on what's in your hands. When storms come, don't fight the wind. Adjust your sails and change direction. These small actions are not small at all. They are the building blocks of greatness. Because the truly great are not those who control others, but those who refuse to be controlled by their own weaknesses. Epictetus, who lived through slavery and pain, carried himself with quiet power because he mastered his own mind. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That is the heart of true greatness. Not fame, not money, not praise, but control over your own spirit. So when you step out into the world, do it with the mind of a ruler. Don't let emotions drag you like a chain. Don't let fear control your steps. Don't let doubt speak louder than your purpose. Act as if you are the best, because you rule your mind with strength and clarity. Remember this: the person who commands their mind can stand before kings, before enemies, before life's hardest storms, and remain steady and unbroken. That's what it means to live as your best self. Now take this message with you. Write it in the comments, say it out loud, or keep it in your heart. I rule my mind, I will not be ruled by it. This is your first crown, your first step toward real greatness. Number 5. Live as if your presence were a standard, not a request. There is a big difference between someone who enters a room seeking acceptance and someone who enters knowing they don't need to prove anything. Most people live as if they are always trying to earn space, measuring their words, adjusting their body language, downplaying their opinions, dimming their own light so as not to bother others. Without realizing it, they ask permission to exist. They apologize for taking up space. They seek approval before being true to themselves. But someone who lives from their own truth doesn't ask for anything. He positions himself. Not with arrogance, not with pride, not with an inflated ego, but naturally, like someone who knows that simply being there is, in itself, a legitimate fact. Living as if your presence were a standard means treating your existence as something that doesn't need explaining. It's about stopping trying to fit in and instead embracing your genuine form. It's about stopping begging for validation and starting to live with the attitude of someone who recognizes their own worth without needing applause to confirm it. The Stoics understood this profoundly. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome, but he wrote to himself daily, "Do not bow down to those who do not know your worth. Stand firm in your own nature." He knew that true authority came not from the crown, but from one's demeanor. Because the world notices, immediately, when someone is constantly asking for permission to be themselves. Similarly, the world notices when someone walks away from themselves. This difference appears in the gaze, the tone of voice, the breathing, the way you place your feet on the ground. It's not theatrical, it's internal. It's not performance, it's presence. When you treat your presence as a request, the body reveals the fear. Voice too low, shoulders closed, hurried speech, excessive justifications, constant need to explain what you feel. But when you live as if your presence is the norm, something changes. Your silence carries weight. Your words are precise. His posture effortlessly takes up space. Your energy becomes constant, stable, firm. You don't try, impress. You simply and this authenticity is impossible to ignore. Remember, your presence doesn't need to be negotiated. It is already a given of reality. You are here, that is a fact. You don't need to ask permission to exist in your own life. The problem is that many people get confused, don't ask with impor. But imposing a measure of insecurity is disguised insecurity. Those who are truly at peace don't raise their voices. They raise their conscience. It doesn't compete for space. It simply occupies it. To live like this, practice 3 movements. 1. Stop justifying how you feel. Don't explain your pain, your silence, your choice, or your rest to someone who isn't listening to you with their heart. 2. Talk less, observe more. Presence is expressed more through attention than through speech. 3. Sit down, stay, remain. Don't run away from yourself to fit into scenarios that diminish you. His presence is a fact. Treat him, her as such. When entering any environment, a room, a conversation, a relationship, remember, you're not there to prove you deserve to be there. You are just arriving, and that's enough. Here is your statement for today. I don't ask for space. I am the space. Say this slowly, calmly, taking a deep breath. Feel your body align itself. Feel your chest open up. Feel the ground beneath your feet supporting you. When you live like that, without diminishing yourself, without inflating yourself, just being whole, life ceases to be a stage for dispute, and it becomes a terrain of presence. You don't earn respect. It arises naturally of those who carry their own truth with dignity. Number 6. Charge like someone who has already won. The way you move says more about you than any words you could utter. Even before you open your mouth, your body has already spoken for you. It reveals fear, doubt, confidence, or grandeur. That's why ancient warriors trained not only their weapons, but also their posture, because they knew that the body is the first announcement of the soul. When you walk hunched over, head down, breathing shallowly and looking at the ground, the world understands that you've already lost before even trying. But when you lift your chest, maintain a steady gaze and walk calmly, the world perceives something else, that there is something in you that does not bend. Carry yourself like you've already won isn't about pretending. It's not vanity. It's not posing. It is an internal decision which is expressed in the body. It is to declare with the movement itself, I respect who I am. I trust my path. The body and mind live in a continuous cycle. If the mind is weak, the body collapses. Mas se o corpo se firma, a mente se levanta junto. Modern neuroscience confirms what the Stoics already knew. Posture alters emotional state. The body can teach the mind what to feel. When you move with presence, your mind begins to believe what the body expresses. Gradually, doubt loses its power, insecurity withers, a firm center emerges that no one can take away. Marcus Aurelius ruled the greatest empire in the world, but he wrote to himself every day, "Bear yourself like one who was made for greatness of soul." He wasn't talking about outward glory, he was talking about internal nobility, the attitude of someone who doesn't succumb to chaos, even when chaos tries to get closer. Carrying oneself as if one has already won means walking with peace of mind. It means speaking without rushing. It means looking into their eyes without hesitation. It means not begging for recognition, because you've already given yourself the recognition that matters. Those who have already triumphed on the inside don't compete on stage. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Don't put others down to feel bigger. He doesn't shout to be heard. The silence already speaks for him. And here's the crucial point. When you carry yourself like you've already won, the world reacts. People treat you with more respect. Opportunities see you more clearly. Doors open, not because you asked, but because your presence invited them. Most people live waiting, feel ready so that action can be taken, but it's the opposite. You act first, and the feeling comes later. To carry yourself like someone who has already won is to choose the energy before of the result. It's deciding that your life will be guided not by doubt, but by intention. It's about silently telling the world, I know who I am becoming, and that is enough to walk with confidence. Here is your practice. Tomorrow when you get up, don't pick up your cell phone, stand in front of the mirror. Take 3 deep breaths, relax your shoulders, lift your chin, look into your own eyes, and say calmly, without rushing, I walk like someone who has already won. Don't speak loudly, speak with presence. Speak like someone who knows. Speak as if you are not asking, but stating something. Then, when leaving the house, just observe. His step becomes more steady. Your thoughts become calmer. Your spirit becomes more aligned, because the victory you carry on the outside begins with the victory you decide on inside, and those who win on the inside, sooner or later, win on the outside as well. Number 7. Practice emotional stability in silence. Most people imagine strength as an explosion, a loud voice, intense arguments, grand gestures, displays of power. But true strength doesn't make noise, it endures. Emotional fortitude isn't the ability to react. It's the capacity to not to be moved. It's about standing tall when the world tries to push you down. It's about holding onto your center when everything around you is shaking. The ancient Stoics knew this. They practiced silence not as the absence of words, but as presence of mind. For them, silence was an inner battlefield where character is formed. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every morning, "Be unperturbed." It wasn't about being cold, but about being conscious. Emotional strength is born when you learn to feel without being swept away, to observe without losing presence, to live without running away from yourself. Therefore, Training emotional resilience is important. It doesn't happen in the middle of a discussion. But before that, it's not built during conflict, but in the silence where you learn to breathe, name what you feel, understand where what moves you comes from. Most people don't realize it. Anger is almost never anger. It's exhaustion, wounded pride, fear of not being enough. Irritation is almost never about the other person. It's about what you haven't yet resolved within yourself. Silence is the place where these layers appear. When you step back a little from the noise and observe, you discover that emotions are not enemies. They are messengers. They show you what needs to be cared for, healed, or strengthened. But to hear this message, you need to learn not to react immediately. Emotional stability is a space. It's that interval between stimulus and response. It's conscious breathing. It's the wait a moment that prevents wars that never needed to exist. And here's the secret. Silence is not passivity, it's strategy. Those who react in the heat of the moment act on impulse. Those who breathe, observe, and respond act driven by conscience. Emotional resilience is developed when he doesn't reply to messages when he's angry. Stay silent when everything inside you wants to prove something. Can you listen without interrupting? Endure your own discomfort without trying to escape it immediately. This is not easy, that's why it takes practice. Just as the body grows strong through repeated discipline, the soul grows strong through repeated calmness. The Stoics practiced simple exercises for this. 1. Pause before acting. 3. Slow breaths. 2. Naming the emotion. I'm frustrated, I'm insecure, I'm scared. 3. Ask yourself, is this mine, or is it something being projected onto me? When you do this, something extraordinary happens. The inner fire that once consumed you begins to illuminate. Anger turns into clarity. Wounds become discernment. Pain becomes direction. Emotional fortitude is what transforms outbursts into wisdom. Think of a tree during a storm. The winds may be strong, the leaves may sway, but the trunk remains firm because its roots are deep. So it is with someone who cultivates their steadfastness in silence. Outwardly, there may be movement, but inwardly, there is stability. And that's what makes the world realize true strength. It's not about not feeling, but about don't get lost in what you feel. It's not about to be immune to chaos, but about don't let chaos decide for you. Here is your practice. Today, when something provokes you, don't react. Feel, breathe, observe. Please wait 30 seconds before replying. Those 30 seconds are where your strength grows. And at night, write on the paper, what did I feel? Why did I feel that way? What did this teach me about myself? This is the invisible training, the kind no one sees, but that changes everything. Why he who masters his own silence, masters his own life. And those who master their own lives are not broken by the world. They become unshakable. Number 8, choose influence over immediate impact. We live in a time where everything seems to move too fast. People want to be noticed now. They want results now. They want recognition now. And so they rush to make noise. They seek immediate impact, the phrase that impresses, the post that goes viral, the gesture that draws attention. But immediate impact is like thunder, loud, fast, and soon disappears. Influence, on the other hand, is like the slow wind that moves mountains, silent, discreet, constant. The Stoics never sought to impress. They sought to transform. And transformation never happens overnight. It happens at the pace of maturation, repetition, presence, and consistency. An impact may be brilliant, but it is superficial. The influence is profound, and therefore requires patience. When you live to impress, you live for the eyes of others. When you live to influence, you live from your truth. One is performance, the other one is root. Many want applause, few want a legacy. Many want an audience, few want depth. Many want to be remembered. Very few want to be remembered, to make a difference. Seneca said, "What matters is not the applause, but the value of what we do. Because that which is true does not need to run, it remains by itself. To influence is to touch the other person from the inside out. To impact is to shock, but without depth, the shock dissipates. Observe this in your own life. How many people impressed you, but you've forgotten them? How many people have influenced you, And whose influence do you still carry with you today? Influence stems from consistency. Speak little, do much, live what you preach. Influence is about having patience with time. It's knowing that roots only form in the silent darkness of the soil. To influence, you need to 1. Live what you preach. Nothing is more important than setting an example. 2. Be consistent, not explosive. Consistency educates the world. Explosions only attract attention. 3. Focus on what's essential, not what's impressive. Depth never needs embellishment. See how Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome, not with shouting but with presence, not with ostentation but with firmness. His authority did not come from the crown, it came from his character. True influence always begins like this, from the inside out. When you choose influence, you don't try to convince anyone. You simply become so genuine that your life is the argument. His calmness is the argument. His discipline is the argument. His firmness is the argument. And the world feels. Influence is not imposed, it radiates. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to say, "Look at me." You simply live in a way that, when you pass by, something awakens in those who observe you. That is the silent power of presence. Here is your practice. Today, when doing anything, working, studying, training, speaking, ask yourself, am I trying to impress or am I trying to grow? If the answer is to impress, stop, breathe, get back to what's essential. Do it for yourself. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Do it because the life you want to build demands this step. Influence is born when you become someone you respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, the world feels it. Walk quietly. Act deeply. Let your greatness be a slow fire, steady eterno in apagavel, because those who choose influence don't need to rush to be seen. The world will recognize him in due time. Number 9. Master your inner rhythm before facing the outside world. Most people live being dragged along by the rhythm of the world. They wake up already rushing, answer messages before they can even breathe, make impulsive decisions, speak without thinking, react without observing. The mind accelerates and the body follows suit, and when they realize it, the day is over. The energy is gone and life has become mere survival. When you don't set your own pace, the world sets it for you. And the world is usually urgent, noisy, and impatient. The ancient Stoics understood something essential. The external world will always be chaotic, but the internal world can be governed. And it is this inner governance that defines whether you live with presence or if you are merely chasing after time. Marcus Aurelius already warned, if your mind remains calm, nothing can throw you off balance. He didn't say this as poetry, but as discipline. He governed an empire, commanded armies, dealt with crises, and yet he began his day in silence. Why? Because only those who master their own rhythm can guide their destiny and not be carried away by it. Your inner rhythm is the pulse of your mental life. It determines how do you react to difficulties, how do you communicate with others, how much energy do you have, where do you place your attention, how do you feel about yourself. When your internal rhythm is racing, you live in the future, worried, anxious, trying to predict what hasn't even happened yet. When your internal rhythm is too slow, you get stuck in the past, ruminating, reliving, paralyzing. But when the internal rhythm is balanced, you are fully present here, aware, conscious, grounded. Mastering your rhythm doesn't mean living slowly or without intensity. It means living with intention, without being pushed by circumstances. Observe your breathing now. Is it hurried, heavy, shallow? If so, it reveals something. You're keeping pace with the world, not your own. The body never lies. Therefore, before facing the world, you need return to the center. This can be done in 3 steps. 1. Breathe before acting. A deep breath reorganizes the nervous system, calms the inner pulse, and restores clarity. A single conscious breath can change the quality of a conversation, a decision, or a difficult moment. 2. Talk less, observe more. Those who speak without feeling their own rhythm betray themselves. Those who observe before speaking choose words that build up, not words that hurt. 3. Don't start your day at the pace of others. Waking up and looking at your phone puts your mind on someone else's rhythm, a rhythm you didn't choose. The morning is the fertile ground for your thoughts. Whoever masters the first few hours masters the rest of the day. The practice is simple, profound, and transformative. Before opening any notification, sit in silence for 2 minutes. Breathe slowly. Pay attention to what you feel. Name what is alive inside you. Tiredness, courage, doubt, strength, fear. Only then get up and start your day. That's practicing presence. When you master your inner rhythm, the world ceases to be something that runs you over and becomes something you navigate with confidence. You speak more slowly, think more clearly, act more fully. You don't waste energy justifying yourself. You don't get into pointless arguments, and you don't carry guilt that isn't yours. You move like someone who knows where they're going, without haste, but with purpose. And that presence is felt. The world respects those who are not dragged along by the world. Here is your statement to anchor this lesson. I choose my own pace. I control my own day. I live from my center. Repeat this in the morning before starting anything. Why true greatness lies not in running faster, but in walking in your own direction. Only those who master their inner rhythm can walk without fear. Number 10. Live with purpose. Greatness isn't meant just for you. Acting as if you are the best isn't only about mastering yourself. It's about giving your strength to something bigger than you. The Stoics never believed life was about selfish gain. They saw true greatness as something that shines brightest when it helps others, when it leaves the world better than before. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee." His words remind us that we are all part of something greater. When you act as your best self, it's not to rule others. It's to inspire them, to strengthen them, to serve them. Think of a candle that burns only for itself, soon dies, but one that shares its light can shine forever. Living as if you are the best means living with such deep purpose that people feel it, even if you never say a word. What does this look like? It means letting your actions serve others. It means using your power to lift, not to crush. Using your confidence to encourage, not to insult. Greatness is not built on others' pain, it's built on their growth. Fill your days with meaning. Ask yourself, why am I here? What am I building? What will remain when I'm gone? Without purpose, even success feels empty. But with purpose, even your struggles become sacred. Live each day as service, through kindness, wisdom, or example. Let your presence make life brighter for others. That is the quiet strength of true Stoic greatness. Seneca said, "As is a story, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Acting as if you are the best isn't about living forever or collecting trophies. It's about living with meaning, a life that matters, a life that touches others. And here's the secret. When you live with purpose, your greatness cannot be shaken. Wealth can vanish, fame can fade, status can crumble. But purpose lasts forever. It's the anchor that keeps you steady when storms come. Look at Epictetus. He had no riches, no freedom, no high rank. And yet his wisdom still speaks today, centuries later. Why? Because he lived with purpose. He turned his pain into lessons that would outlive him. That is the crown above all crowns, the crown of purpose. When you live for something greater than yourself, you walk with strength, you speak with weight, you shine with meaning, you move with grace. You no longer look for approval from others, because you've become your own source of it. When people see you, they don't just see someone pretending to be great. They feel it. They sense your calm power, your quiet confidence, your strength, your discipline, your sense of purpose. And something inside them is inspired by it. So now I ask you, what is your purpose? What are you living for? What will your life represent when your name becomes just a memory? Don't run from this question. Welcome it, because once you find your answer, you hold the final key to true greatness. To live as if you are the best is not to live for yourself alone. It is to live with meaning so strong that the world cannot look away. Acting as if you are the best isn't arrogance. It's awakening. It's not about trying to prove something. It's about becoming who you truly are. The Stoics remind us that greatness isn't found in loud pride, but in quiet self-control. It doesn't live in crowns made of gold, but in the crown of good character. We've walked through 5 lessons together. Control your mind, or it will control you. Carry quiet confidence, not empty pride. Stand tall in hard times, because the strongest are shaped by struggle. Master discipline, because the crown belongs to those who stay consistent. Live with purpose, because real greatness always serves more than itself. These are more than ideas. They're tools, they're anchors, they're flames that light your path. When the world challenges you, when doubt whispers lies, when fear tries to hold you back, the decision is yours. Will you shrink into hesitation, or will you rise like one who already wears the crown? The best aren't waiting for permission to be great. They choose it every day, and now it's your turn. From this moment on, lift your head high, speak with truth, move with calm power. Live with a fire that never fades, because you are not average. You were never meant to stay small, you were meant to rise, and when you live as if you are the best, no one and nothing can ever take that crown away. Now, let's finish this together. Write this affirmation in your heart and in the comments. I rise daily as the best. I honor my mind, my strength, my purpose. If this message spoke to you, like it, share it, and pass it on. Because together, we rise.